So as we know now that pretty much we're going to get a team 4 shapeshifters alongside a lot more of the Path to Glories. The question's going to be, how do you make the fodder? What should we do? Is there anything that we can do, or should we just leave it a week? Let's get into it. So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for El Dorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with El Dorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. So the first thing you want to do when it comes to getting fodder is starting at the basics. I'm kind of going on the assumption you have 0 in your club, or even if you have just some golds in your club. We kind of want to go through the basics to start with. So SBCs are always the best place to go. If you're obviously not doing any of the actual gameplay, you can get some objectives that will make it a little bit quicker in terms of the menu grind from the start, but you can obviously do this from the start itself. Now, the main ones you're going to be looking at are going to be at the back. Now, you've obviously got your bronze, silver, and gold upgrades, you've got your premium upgrades, and then you've got your shapeshifter upgrades. Now, every single day you're going to get a lot of these repeatable. We have got the shapeshifting crafting upgrade as well, but the main thing that you want to be looking at to start with is going to be the super daily silver upgrade. Now, the kind of importance with this is it is boring, don't get me wrong. It's not as if this is going to be the most exciting part of the grind, but it is necessary if you haven't got anything, because it's at least going to give you some golds to kind of get into this cycle of being able to do this at an unlimited rate. So first and foremost, we're going to be opening up all them silvers. Obviously, I'm not going to show you all the silvers. I just want to show you one of each to show you the methods of which you do this. So obviously, you've got your silver upgrade. You get 7 or 8 of them a day. It's going to give you 14 silvers. Perfect. Now, what you want to do with them is take them and put them into the crafting upgrade, which is going to be, again, 30 a day. So if you do run out of the silver upgrades, you want to then be utilizing your bronze upgrades. So for instance, if I go all the way back, you've got your daily bronze upgrades, daily silver upgrades, sorry, that you can do 6 times a day as well. You can obviously go ahead and utilize all of these also if you wanted to. The daily golds is going to be 5 bronze, 5 silver. If you've got obviously that, you can do that as well, but that's overreaching at that point. Mainly, the main thing you want to do is the silvers, and then do the shape-shifting grinding upgrade, because this is just going to be an easy one of just putting silvers in. So I can literally just go into club, low to high, doesn't really matter, ignore positions if I want, and obviously then, because I've already utilized a lot of the silvers, we could just go ahead and whack all of these in. So this is going to give you golds, basically. So it is as good as the daily gold, but I could just use one kind of SBC upgrade, and it can, or SBC squad builder, and it will fill it out instantly for me. That's kind of the perfect method. They know what they're doing with their daily golds, just because you got to actually manually put in the bronze or silvers. You got to do one or the other, which is a little bit time consuming. So then from here, obviously I get a lot of golds, and this is going to be where we can kind of grind from. So like I said, there's 30 that you can do, which is absolutely perfect. If you want to sit there and do that many, you don't necessarily have to do all 30, as long as you're doing your silver upgrades every day. I would just utilize that. I wouldn't even necessarily go too much further, because from there, you can then go ahead and put your golds into the upgrades that you do desire. So first and foremost, at the moment, we've obviously got the 83 one a free pick. It's going to be the best place that you can do it. The other way that you can do this is the shapeshifting crafting. Now, I always say the shapeshifting crafting is going to be the better one if you've still got the objectives to grind out. If you've still got to do all of them objectives, then this is going to be great for the long term of it. If you haven't, then obviously I would go for the player pick at this point. So as you'll see, we'll go to SBC storage just to see if I've got any gold rares in there. We'll go ahead and put a couple in there, why not? So this is going to be for your objective. You obviously put in a lot of the commons in this, so it's going to be fantastic for that. And then also you do have the 83 player pick. This is going to be for after finishing the crafted. So this is 4 rare, and again, a lot of commons. So it's just pretty much the same. You've just got to obviously kind of navigate which one you want to do personally. So if we go like this, I'll just put all the commons in from my storage, just to kind of get them out of the way so I don't have too much of a storage in here. So that should be 4, and that's all you got to do. So you take basically the silvers into the gold, into then the upgrade, and then we can kind of go from there. When it comes to the 83 player pick, normally you get at least an 84. 83 is kind of the lowest that we're going to see, and sometimes you can get lucky, sometimes you don't. As we see, we got an 83 with this one. Now, I will say that 84s do come up quite common, so if you do manage to get that, at the very minimum, you've got at least an 84. Hopefully, you do get something a little bit better. When it comes to the 5x77, I've been so up and down on the look, it's been unbelievable. We do get a walkout in this one, which is always nice. Bernardo, or Bruno, I don't even know which ones it could be both, I suppose. It's Bernardo, so take it. So at least we get somebody decent in this. Like I say, sometimes you can be very lucky. A lot of the times you're not. It's a very mixed bag with the 77 times 5. But the main thing, like I say, is obviously utilizing that upgrade. So having that upgrade, which I don't think I've really done too much of, just because I'm kind of just waiting, to be honest. You've obviously got this one where you've got all the way up to 100 and you get an 86 times 7. It's just well worth doing to be able to get the kind of grind back into it. Now, obviously from there, that's where you've kind of asked your questions. We've got an 88. You do have the 92 1 of 5 team of the season player pick. Now, this is what I personally would do at the moment, is if you've not got coins, if you're not willing to do team of the week picks, because the team of the week is going to be the best way. I think the team of the season upgrade is nice, but I would most definitely be suggesting the 84 team of the week pick instead. All it requires is 83s. It can be done in your sleep. It's very, very easy to complete. So I personally would go with this, as it does require the minimum amount of fodder going into this. Whereas obviously with the team of the season, it's going to require that a little bit more, because obviously it is a team of the season you're getting back. Now, obviously from this, we are getting the team of the week, and the main purpose of this is to grind further into it. So obviously when I'm looking at the 85 times 5, it requires a team of the season or team of the week. Now, because I'm putting in 588s, 587s, whatever it is for that player pick, it's just very not cost effective to be able to do that. So 83s, because you're doing the 83 player pick, is far more beneficial to be able to do this, and I personally much prefer it. You maybe don't get the most high rated players, but at this point you don't really need it, so you're absolutely golden to utilize them. From there, you can obviously go ahead and then put them into the upgrades. The whole point is to kind of recycle everything round. So obviously then I would take that 85 team in a week and would go and do an 85 times 5. So this is kind of the manual side of it. You just go ahead and go round. As you can see, I'm probably not necessarily in the greatest form when it comes to what I've got in my storage. So if I go in gold, put low to high, I think I've got enough to get it to there. And then I just go for my golds here, go newest, and I'll go gold rare. We could then chuck in you, and then we'll chuck in like an 85 potential, maybe an 87. What you kind of want to do is, maybe Bernardo isn't necessarily the best one, and I'll kind of go over that, is the fact that we can obviously utilize him in the exchange. So obviously, oh, okay, I thought it was an 85 rate SBC, so let's go ahead and lower that little bit. We'll go ahead, change him out, that's an 84, and then if we change you, that's an 83. Can we change it to an 84? Perfect, we'll do that, and then I feel I've got one more. So utilizing what you can to the lowest of your ability is going to be what you want to do. That is just 100%, because that's the whole point of grinding this game, is to not just splunk it all on one SBC because you've got enough or you can't be bothered to change it. So then we obviously get the chance of a shapeshifter or an upgrade or anything. We don't manage either, and basically this is just going back round. So as you can see, we've got 87, 86, 85, a couple of 89, 86s and 85s as well, which is always perfect. And that's when you've got to ask the question of, where do I put that high rated fodder? Does it just go straight back round? Does it go into other upgrades, which it can do? Obviously you can complete players. There isn't necessarily a great deal of players that I would say are 100% worth it. I would say the Path to Glorious, to be honest, are worth it at this point because there is a chance that at least one of them is going to go to a 99 because somebody's got to win it. Whether the nation comes out as an SBC or not, one nation is going to get 99 rated players, which is always perfect. But then you've obviously got icons as well that can work. Again, whether I think any of them are worth doing, I'd probably wait out. So then you've got the choice of putting them into the upgrades again. We've got the 89 squad shifter, 88, 86, 85, and 86. 87. Did I say 87? Regardless, you've got all of these that you could put them in. So, for instance, I've got an 89. I've got at least 4 or higher of them. I can go ahead and whack these in. So, obviously, Odegaard we've got a couple of. So, I'll look at him and then I'll look in my club. Obviously, you want to do this with storage as much as possible or definitely golds. But it doesn't have to stop there. So, if I go into my specials and think, okay, well, I don't necessarily need many of these specials, I can obviously utilize some of them. And what I've been doing is looking at some of the 89s and thinking, well, they're not necessarily going to be any use for me, so why not just chuck them in? Elise, realistically, is not going to be any use for me. If I go one up and think, okay, well, if I look at João Gomez, probably going to be no use. Maybe, yes, I look at like a Roberto Carlos and think, okay, well, he could be evoed at some point. And as you go up, you can kind of see, well, the Valverde, I've got a team of the season version. And yes, some of these could obviously be utilized in further evos, further upgrades. But realistically, most players are going to be fodder at some point anyway. It all depends on just what you want from them. So obviously, if I was thinking another one, I'm not going to use him. Let's be real, I'm not. It's not going to happen. So utilizing some of them could be good for your 89s to be able to get a lot more fodder players back in. Now, obviously, you've got to take the time to grind through as well. It's not about just doing this upgrade and that's it. You're full of fodder. You need to do your 83s. You need to do, obviously, more of your crafting upgrades, more of your 85 times 5. But it should give you a good amount of fodder back into this. Commons, uncommons, all of that jazz to be able to go back through. And if you need to then go ahead and do an 88 shapeshift or squad shifter, 87, they're always great to do as extra payloads when it comes to the upgrades. So, for instance, like I said, if I look at the 88, it's an 83 times 20. Okay, I was like, I'll look in my storage and see what I've got. If I want to obviously utilize them, we can obviously go with that. With this one, it is 88 or higher, but I would realistically say you're going to be looking at 88s more so than anything. You don't particularly want to be putting 89s into this because that's kind of the whole point of that grind more so than anything. And again, if you've got anything lower, I know that I've got 88s and 86s, loads of them in special cards. So there's going to be loads, like a Laporte. Am I really going to be using him? More than likely not. If I was going to throw a company in, Mainu, Sorloth, De Jong, half of these players I'm not going to use. So utilising them in this is perfect. Now, if obviously you want to utilize them now and not open them and get ready for footies, that's more than possible as well. But realistically, once we get into footies, we're going to get that unlimited grind again. So whether you want to do that or not is totally up to you. But in terms of the kind of unlimited factor, keep doing your grinding. This will obviously pay out as well. Keep doing the 83s, team of the weeks, 85 times 5, back to the squad shifters, back to your dailies. And it is just a constant grind round. So let me know if you're going to have any fun with this. Make sure you do like and subscribe on this. And if you have got anybody on the big side of shapeshifters, leave it in the comment section below. I want to know who your best player is so far. Peace.